Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially live with your Scorpio Full Moon forecast. We're going to do all 12 zodiac signs. I think one of the most important step ones is to understand the ruler of Scorpio, which is going to be, yet again, Mars in Pisces. So this Mars in Pisces energy is potent, it's strong, it's available, it's healing. It's exactly what Scorpio needs. Drop your rising signs in the chat below right away so we understand right off the rip on this beautiful Friday who we're going to be giving more love and support to. Okay, before I go any further, I want you to know we have 2 more days left. Okay, it ends April 14th this year. Okay, we're going to do the 67% off any and all readings on my website. All you have to do is go ahead, hit this link, you'll see it. I'm going to give you the code word. It is I am. Okay. So literally Aries, I am, right? And that's going to get you 67% off. After that, it's going to be gone. All right. So here we go. That's that. Aileen, what are you feeling already about this Scorpio full moon coming off of an Aries eclipse, right? Like these are 2 brother and sister signs. Like, what are you feeling? I don't know if you want to share your personal and what the insight that may be about.
Yeah, no, it's been heavy. I feel that overall it's been super tiring, like just a depletion of energy. And like I feel like we have everything on top. Like, it was the eclipse, so obviously we have some energy going out of there. Then we have the full moon coming. Then we have Mercury retrograde filling us with stuff from the past. So I do feel that there is a lot of things that bring us to meditation. And let's remember that we are in eclipse limbo, like the space between the first eclipse and the second eclipse, because we're gonna have another one. And always this period is of confusion, but let's understand that this confusion is coming from a place that the eclipse is just moving us towards where we should really be going. So the only problem here would be to not surrender. The only problem here would be to try and fight it all. So I do have I am a Scorpio moon. So this Scorpio full moon is like, I'm not gonna say smack on top because it's not really on my degrees, but it's still like in the actual sign. So it's still, I can feel it. There's a lot of, Scorpio intensity, depth, and I do feel a lot of emotional, like super sensitive. Like I just find myself like wanting to cry from something beautiful, from something hurtful, from something painful. Like it doesn't matter. It's like I see a baby on the street and I'm like, oh my god, it's so cute. I'm feeling like the tears coming down. So that's like my point of view, like how your own Scorpio moon is feeling these.
No, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. So do check. You see this network that she has. If you're looking to do Akashic Record readings, if you're looking to do anything when it comes to past life contracts, if you're writing your contracts, all right, helping Metatron is one of her main people that be supporting her in this process. She'll tell you more about that. I feel Scorpio is a great time to deep dive in the investigative work, into the mystery. And this kind of where it brings me to, I'm going to try to put it up on screen here, Mars and Pisces, and just like 5 little key points that I find are happening. And one of them is emotional healing, okay? The Scorpio energy allows you to do that deep dive into the emotions, heal any emotions, wounds, and or traumas. And I've been already seeing this come up for myself. So understand that while Mercury is in Aries in retrograde, check out your Chiron video. Her and I already did a forecast for all 12 on that. It'll kind of help you really understand, like, okay, look, you have an opportunity, all right? Not a guarantee, an opportunity to do the deepest wound healings, where it's like things that are coming back 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 10 years ago. It's up to you. Don't try to pinpoint too much logic behind this because it's still a water sign. And water signs is going to, in a non-linear fashion, get you to the point that is most necessary. Because the fact that Mars, who rules Scorpio, is in Pisces, it's not getting there in a way that will ever make sense. And so that's important to understand. Step 1, the way you're going to heal is never going to make sense right now. So when it happens, it happens. We have this here, the second one, personal transformation, right? Allowing you to let go of old habits, beliefs, relationships, especially the ones holding you back, especially the ones that are not from this timeline. So again, like I said, do check her when it comes to Akashic Record readings, when it comes to past life healings, because This, with Mars and Pisces, this is the Akashic Ocean. This is the place of the unknown. This is the place where things don't really make sense, right? But you can guide yourself through your dream space. You can guide yourself through it. Allow yourself to come back into that personal growth, into that transformation, and realize that it's going to happen in a more gentle way. It's not going to happen because Mars is in Pisces. It's going to happen in a way where you may have a wild emotional reaction, yet you're going to be able to meet it with compassion. Okay, and that's the key. You're going to be able to respond in a different way. You're going to be able to respond in a way that your higher self would. And that's going to basically be you and Scorpio responding in a way where you feel these intense ass emotions. I know I felt this for myself last night. I was going through intense ass emotions from past life and this life narratives where I disrespected myself and I didn't catch it in real time. And so this is what I mean by non-linear. I didn't catch it in real time. I didn't catch it 5 years ago. I didn't catch it 6 years ago. I didn't catch it 2 years ago when I was really hurting. And last night I was hurting and I had to take a walk and I had to journal and I had to take another cold shower an hour after my previous shower, right before bed. And then I felt like boxing, but like trying to get the energy out via physical force was not the it, because again, Mars and Pisces, it's like, this is not a very forceful energy. So it's like, no, you need to find a new way to handle this emotional turmoil, not through physical strength, not through high activity, not through, and then, so give yourself some time and space with that. You want to give them a tarot pull just for the overall reading of the Scorpio full moon before we get into your forecast. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. I would appreciate that. Do remember, April 14th, this ends in 2 more days. That sale will be up and over.
So yeah, we have right on point the 8 of Cups in reverse, which is about not fully letting go. Like they're and like this is a Scorpio card. I feel is not letting go of the things that are hurting us. It is deep emotion. It is nostalgia. It is living inside of the nostalgia instead of moving forward. And then we have the King of Pentacles, but in reverse too, which means that if we're able to overcome all of this, our how do you say recompensa? Our gifts. Yeah. When you do something, like our rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Our rewards are going to be coming afterwards. If we're able to let go of all the past, of all of this anguish, of all of this pain that is coming back. Like we do have a lot of presences in the sky that are forcing us to look at all of this pain, at all of this unsolved trauma. So right now we have the opportunity with Mars and Pisces to just finish it forever. Like this is truly the transit to let go of this, relive it one last time before it fully goes. Right.
So again, go ahead, drop your rising signs. I have these last 1-2 points that's going to support exactly what you just said. Scorpio Full Moon, really looking at your psychic abilities. All right, starting to give them priority, starting to give the astral realm and your dream space priority, and realize that you have a time to dive deep into the mysteries of your dreams. Okay, deep into the mysteries, and actually, like she said, gain the rewards. All right, so this is a time where that ability is really enhanced. All right, your intuition, your psychic abilities, being able to tap into that inner wisdom, which again is a Piscean theme. The inner wisdom comes from part of your experience. It comes from all the lives that you have lived where you've overcome this challenge before. You've overcome this challenge in different ways and you're trying to approach it now. Pisces is allowing yourself to surrender to the flow of the resolution. All right. And then the last 2 that I have for you, as you hit the thumbs up and drop your rising signs in the chats. All right. Increase sensitivity. So you see it here. You're going to feel more sensitive. You will feel more empathetic. So when I see this, it's like, ways in which you weren't able to understand and put yourself in other people's shoes prior, you're going to be able to do it. And in reverse, it's going to actually help support and heal you. And it's going to help you heal that other person across from you. Because Pisces is not the one who's just trying to heal itself. It's trying to heal everybody. And so just understand that right now you have an increased sensitivity to be more empathetic, to connect more deeply, to look at others and understand their emotions better by understanding your emotions better. So Pisces is a time that really takes a lot of isolation, a lot of rest, a lot of time, energy, and space to itself so that it can actually give from a very full, overflowing cup. And the cup is the ocean, okay? The cup is the entire 80% of our world. It's the entire body, 70, 90% of the water that we store. And so it's very deep. And that leads us to this passion, right? The deep passion, the intensity of Scorpio, willing to dive deeper into the depths, into the floors of the ocean, and understand that underneath that surface of the ocean floor, there are gems. Literally, there are gems, there are blessings. There's beautiful things waiting to be discovered. And with this intensity, all right, that you might be experiencing in your life, your relationships are going to actually start to reach a more creative space of your expression, of how you share your passion in a way that is nurturing and healing to any and all. So we have number 1 coming up. All right. Anything you feel like you want to say? Just give me a little breath.
Well, I mean, like, just for me, I'm pretty sure for everybody, but dreams have been crazy, and I've been dreaming with characters that are not really in my life anymore, but they've just been making appearances, like a lot of appearances, a lot of old things, like my old house, my old school, old classmates, old family members. Like it is truly impressive, and I feel that if we delve into this with the psychic ability that you just mentioned, we're gonna be able to find so much more insight of what we're going through deeply in the subconscious, because most of these things might not be as easy to oh sure, this is a trauma. Like no, like the point of these things is that they are so deeply rooted that sometimes we act unconsciously about them. And something that might seem like, oh yeah, I'm angry because he dropped the bottle, and it's like, no, I'm not angry because he dropped the bottle. I'm angry because I have to clean, because I saw cleaning as a punishment when I was little. You know, like something so dumb as that can actually have a lot of meaning. And if we're able to heal that root, then we're obviously going to be able to hit everything else that was on the surface that just like spread around.
And so I want to add in, if you mind, with full respect, I find that the key thing is to, when you catch yourself speaking negatively to yourself in a way you wouldn't speak to another, you want to catch that and meet it. So not even to pick on it, but this happens to all of us, happens to me especially, I know it. Like if you find yourself saying, oh my God, it may seem so stupid. Oh my God, this is so stupid. I can't believe I'm mad at this. It's like, no, it's not stupid. It's not stupid at all. In fact, it mattered. And because we're still wording it that way, that's how we're going to miss the blessings. That's how we're going to miss the gifts on this full moon. Okay? Separate from what we said, this is a tremendous time for business to stand out as an individual. So I find that's important because the nakshatra happening with this in Vedic is called Swati, and it's literally about a blade of grass in the wind. And, you know, that one blade that just stands out from the rest of the other pieces of grasses. And it's like, okay, what is individually unique about you? And how can you also surrender that individual uniqueness to become part of the universe again? And it's like, understand that your own individual specialty for existence, to love, to smile, to share a gift, to share a passion that supports a healing of another, it is actually a shard of divinity. So it's this grand shard of divinity, and it's all broken apart where you stand out, but you're one part of her, and she's one part of you, and you're one part of me, and we're one part of each other. And so step out into this unique expression of who you are, of who you're becoming, okay? And realize that it's time to heal the negative thought processes, the negative thought patterns, and start looking at our traumas, our greatest pains, as the rocket fuel towards success. And I specifically mean huge business success, and I'm talking legacy, being able to rewrite the narrative, mature in the emotional space. It's one of the things that Scorpio Moon is beautiful at doing. Moon with Scorpio is a beautifully mature sign. We always like to talk about its debilitation and how it's negative and this and that, but she's evidence to me, like somebody, my partner literally sitting here right next to me as a Scorpio Moon over the last years, evidence that she's actually very much in control of her emotional output and well-being. And she's very much made friends with, you know, what you could consider your demons, whether they're negative thought patterns, whether they're traumas that you've experienced, whatever they are. It's the ability to make friends with that, to become intimate with that. And that's the beauty of a moon in Scorpio, where it's ruled by the 9th house, aka Sagittarius. When we find our way being optimistic about these turmoils that we face at the emotional level, all right, keeping us trapped in the dirt, in the mud, beneath the true identity of who and what we are, the pure light that is in our heart, this is when you now start to do ninth house type activities where I'm refathering, okay, my own emotional output and well-being. I'm refathering the way which I nurture myself, and I nurture the people that I'm intimately connected with. All right, how I reinvent the way in which I judge my trauma, my pain, my experience, which is ninth house, it's about our experience and how we look at it through a pure lens. So hit the thumbs up, hit the likes button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get into it. Would you mind pulling a card for Aries right off the rip?
Yeah.
Okay. So 1542, we're at Aries. Don't worry, I got it.
So for Aries, I have the Knight of Swords. So this means that you're probably gonna have a lot of thoughts crippling on your mind. Like you're likely to be overthinking some stuff. Like for Aries, the instinct should overcome everything. Like it is just key. The first thing that comes to mind, like the first instinct, like Aries is a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So anything going against that baby is when you know that you're out of balance. And this moon is bringing you out of balance by bringing a lot of thought. So I'm not saying to disregard it because it's likely coming from a space of
Move up. Yeah. Gotta get that pretty face up on here. Thank y'all for hitting that thumbs up. I see you on Facebook. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's not about disregarding the thought completely, but it's also being mindful of not being stuck. After all, Scorpio does have this energy of focusing, obsessing about something, and that is what can bring the problems. Like if you just obsess about these one single thought, you're gonna end up believing that it is true, and maybe it isn't. So just be wary of all these thoughts that are coming to your mind and how you handle them properly.
Facts. So y'all see up there, Aries is in the 8th house. Okay, the ruler of the moon for this is going to be the 4th house. And so she just said it, like, right, I'm in Aries and 1542. I'm sorry. I am in Aries, and I've noticed that these thoughts were coming up. These thoughts were becoming a very paralyzing energy in my life where I'm thinking about the past as if it was present and currently here and about to become my future. And I had to like pause, recognize what are the statements and the feelings that paralyzed me. I mean, I found myself paralyzed in my body like a Cancer. So ruler of the moon is your 4th house. Like a Cancer who feels like they're in fear. My body was literally frozen. My body was recalling and remembering the pain of intimate relationships and what brought me a sense of a lack of stability in the mind, a lack of stability in my psychological process. And that stillness was a reminder when I was able to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the intensity of what kept me frozen in the moment as an Aries. I was able to talk to myself, notice my frozen body, and go, Pernell, get up and sage immediately. Next, take a cold shower. And then that worked. I had to do it right away, and I had to announce it out loud to Aileen. I was like, I'm going to get up, I'm going to sage, I'm going to take a shower. Because I knew very clearly that I was flat frozen. I couldn't move my body. And I knew it had nothing to do with her. And so 8th house, Aries, is about not trying to control your partner based off of the thoughts that are starting to come back up as for how previous relationships would have gone, where the body did not feel safe. And I had to announce that to her. I was like, right now, my body doesn't feel safe in this environment. Yet the logical part of me was able to very clearly understand and rationalize that she's not the cause of this. So do not try to manipulate the situation. Do not try to manipulate the environment, which again, Aries is the 4th house, especially with you as a fire sign. Don't try to manipulate it with force, with aggression, with pushing yourself forward, looking for a particular outcome that makes her feel in projection what I'm feeling so that I can stop feeling it and unfreeze myself. So Aries, this is a very intense time for you with Mars, your own ruler, and Pisces, to change and heal the way in which you do it. Because I found the same thing happened the freaking next day. And then it happened the day after that. And I was each time through willpower, Aries, one of your strengths, able to discipline myself and go, it's time to change this reaction. Okay, because fourth house could be our automatic reactions. For Aries, first house could be automatic reactions without thinking. So that's how the instinct, if it's tied to the past, can actually hurt you rather than the instinct that tied to your new identity. So that's what we have for you, Aries. What's going on for Taurus? Thank y'all for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button. Do remember again, the 67% off is happening. I'm going to drop the link right now so y'all can see it. It's also pinned up at the top of my YouTube.
All right, for Taurus, I have the Six of Cups. Like, this is a very nice card. It is about giving. Like, you fill up yourself. You fill up. And now, you put yourself on there. Sorry. So you fill up your cup. You're feeling complete. You are now in the time to give back. So this is all about for you, Taurus. It is also to understand that it is about relationship. It doesn't necessarily mean to give like something physical, because I know, for example, like my sister is a Taurus, and she's always like, well, I love giving gifts. Like, that's my love language. I love giving you stuff. I love giving you things that I know that you're gonna like, that you're gonna enjoy, that you're gonna use. And they're usually like top notch, top quality. Like, she's like the best for my loved ones. But this time for Taurus, it's gonna be even more special if they're able to give like their time, if they're able to give like a conversation, if they're able to open up themselves to another person. Like, that is the kind of generosity that right now can be scary. And again, I mean, this is gonna be an opposition to you, because Taurus is the opposite of Scorpio. So that's why this emotional part can be a little bit more scary. Like, with the material part, you have no problem giving. It might feel more difficult to just give out in the emotional, spiritual way. But this is your sign to don't be frightened, to just understand that this is the time. Like, you are already a happy, replenished person, and whatever is lacking, if you give it, you're gonna get. Like, it's just the spirit of the season.
Fact. So hear what she said, and if you see it again, Taurus, you're right here in the 7th and the 3rd house. All right, these are 2 air sign houses. So Taurus, you as an earth sign, air can naturally either cut or dry out the earth, right? And so do be careful up front, because Scorpio can already be a very, very naturally intense sign. And with it happening in opposition, while you have Uranus there, Jupiter there, it's about actually using the wisdom of your experiences when it comes to, all right, like in my relationship dynamics and the people that I've been with, when I share gifts with people, who are the people that I share with that actually, share back in reflection the truth. So let's say she has an example of her sister as a Taurus, and she's the reflection of, hey, you know what? I love these gifts. They really bring me passion. I can tell this is so thoughtful. And I just also want to say that, like, you sharing your conversation with me is just as beneficial. You sharing your mind with me about how you've even attained this money is just as beneficial. You sharing, and then you kind of decide X, Y, and Z. And it's about partnering with people that help you understand the easier way, right? Because Taurus, you're accustomed to doing things the hard way. And that's a part of why your self-esteem is so strong, and you have this indomitable spirit, and your self-worth is just unshakable, because I took it step by step. I went the long way, I went the hard way, so my foundation will never fall beneath me. And this Scorpio full moon for you is trying to tell you that the people who are matching that integrity are people who are waiting for you to actually speak up and to talk to them. All right,
Yeah, that's an important one. Like, speak up.
Yeah, you got to speak up, and because right now you're not going to understand. You have a beautiful sense of discernment as an earth sign. Your abilities to tell what's real is phenomenal. But if you only keep it in your head, Taurus, it's going to be much more difficult to discern, because now the person across from you they can't actually share anything without you speaking to them and opening up that channel. But when they do, you'll realize who are the people who actually are significant in your life and care about you in the way in which you care about them. And this is how you're going to start to match the integrity. You're going to start walking the easier path, realizing that, you know, being intimately close and connected to somebody is not a weakness. It's actually one of your joys. It's one of your greatest excitements in life. And it's something that you idealistically want to be a part of. So walk the easier path. That's what I feel right now. Walk the path of, you know, least resistance, and let the water of Mars and Pisces flow you there. And understand that right now, your sign, Venus and Aries, is there. So follow that instinct, okay? Because Venus and Aries, your actual ruler. Follow that instinct and follow the joy in your relationships and connections, and you'll find that everything's actually going to get very much easier for you, and not what you think it needs to be. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button, Taurus. What I do want to say as well, I want to take a moment to remind you that we have, we have this eclipse coming up for you. So do check out the sale. All right. As for the keyword, is going to be I am. Okay. Only if you're watching this live will you actually know this. Otherwise, unless you're on the email list, I am. So if you go ahead and book any one of the readings you get, 67% off. All right. This is the flash sale from the eclipse. So enjoy that. Gemini. What you got?
Oh, I got. Ooh, the 5 of Wands in reverse. So, I'm so sorry, but this is about losing battles. Like, and let's just understand for a second that this might not be actually bad. Like maybe Gemini, you're just stuck in something that wasn't good for you, that wasn't beneficial. Like you're meant to lose this battle because that is not the way. So again, this is the time to surrender. I feel that if you actually surrender to the path that this eclipse, full moon, and everything in the sky is pushing you towards, then you're not gonna have that bad time. Because this 5 Wands in reverse, it could mean that you're gonna get fired from your job, right? But maybe that is not a bad idea. Maybe it's just because you weren't fully happy at your job. Maybe it's because you were discovering that you have another passion, that you have another purpose in life. And now is your opportunity to explore that. Maybe this 5 of Wands means that you're gonna end a relationship. And again, that doesn't necessarily is bad. It doesn't mean that you didn't love each other. It just means that you're not right for each other anymore. And now you're able to be with somebody else that actually shares your same experiences, your same values, your same spiritual beliefs.
Yeah.
Like you're able to explore yourself in this new attire that you actually are, instead of being stuck in your old self. So again, losing a battle is not necessarily bad. Like just know when to retire. Just know that when it's okay to not keep pushing forward, and just accept it and then move forward with your life and do something else. That is actually going to bring you joy.
Yeah, Gemini, I'm really seconding that, understanding that a full moon is exactly that. It's a closure. And so, you know, with this 5 of Wands card energy and now Scorpio ruling your 6th house, this is the work you do, okay? It's the great work you do. So if there's a closing your job, it's only because life is trying to get you more deeply passionate about something more beneficial, something worthy of your time, something worthy of your energy, something worthy of your genius. You are a natural genius. You have so many natural talents, so many resources that if you dive a little bit deeper, you'll be surprised. And what I'm getting for you is, Gemini, actually go ahead on this moon in Scorpio to let go of some old clothes. So if you're a Gemini, if you have clothes, especially clothes that you got as a gift, or not even just clothes, but things that your coworkers gave you, things that people at the work you do, if you had a gift from them and you look at the gift and you kind of feel, because Scorpio in this moon in Scorpio is a psychic energy. It's being able to see what can't be seen. So it's like maybe somebody gave you a gift with an intention to actually control you, with an intention to make you feel like they were actually more invested in your well-being, mentally, physically, and otherwise, than they really were. And understand that this is a time to with your own sign, Mercury in retrograde in Aries, to just go back and realize, like, look, you know what? This don't feel right. Like, there's a certain sensitivity that I can't quite put my finger on it, but I know that something doesn't feel right about this gift. These are the things right now I'm telling you, you'll benefit with Scorpio. Let this thing die. Let this thing transform. All right? Don't look at this hard time that you may be going through on the full moon in Scorpio as a negative consequence, but rather a blessing from God, but here on earth. And that's the key thing. And what you'll find is, look at that thumbs up. What you'll find is you're actually going to start to make more money. So if you think you are making decent money now, watch yourself make more money if you actually let go of those things, because there's an energetic attachment to them as an object of affection that was not affectionate in a way that was actually helpful to your own wellness. So Gemini, that's what I have for you. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, Gemini. And I do want to say again, remember we have this 67% off sale. And it's happening April 14th is the last day. So you have 2 more days to go ahead and book. We do have 4 more spots, which is funny because I'm watching 4 more people watching. So there are literally 4 more spots on the website. And we'll see you soon, Gemini. All right. Let us know in the comment what you thought about that, how you felt. And drop a Gemini emoji if you made it watching this on replay. Let us know you were here. So, Cancer. I don't even know why, but I felt like clapping for you.
I mean, it feels accurate. Like I have the Ace of Pentacles,
Ooh.
which is about literally an exciting new journey, something that is gonna bring you like material wealth. It is about the self too, like a journey, like a renewal of yourself. Honestly, this just seems like a very peaceful era for you. Like whatever this full moon and the eclipse is bringing to you is actually the recognition, like the finishing of an old path, but also starting a new one, but in a very peaceful way. Like this is the main difference between Gemini and Cancer. That Cancer is gonna be able to just fully like say goodbye. Like they're gonna be the ones that are gonna be quitting their job because they already have enough funds to go get their own business, or because they already have another work lined up. They are the ones that are going to end up the relationship because they realize that they can do more, that they have something else that they're going to be focusing on. They're the ones that are going to be cutting ties with toxic family members. Like this is the main difference. But yeah, it is a new road ahead for you, Cancer.
Yeah, Cancer. So you see it, right? You have 2 fire houses. This is all the willpower and the firepower you need. And I've been understanding that as of late, willpower is self-discipline. It's literally not wanting to lose that thing, not wanting to close out that relationship, not wanting to. And then you're going to be able to look at, okay, exactly that thing that I don't want to do is exactly the direction that will benefit me the most. Exactly the direction is going to make me feel the most safe and the most secure. Even if there is a overwhelming, looming sense of insecurity, understand that, like I kind of said earlier, if you call Aries, this is a past memory that is stored and blocking your channel to divinity. It's blocking your channel to divinity because something, in a sense, is actually clogged in your physical body. So for you, what I'm getting, Cancer, is you want to drink a lot more water, not because you're a Cancer, but because of the fixed nature of Scorpio to help unclog those pipes. And so these pipes right now inside of you are actually linked to your divinity. They're linked to your ability to use your psychism and your innate ability to see what can't be seen. Hot water, even more specifically. And if not hot water, get a sweat. Okay, go outside, run, do some HIIT workout, do some power walking if that's the best you got right now in the moment, right? But just let the sun revitalize you. Let it cook the water inside your body so that it can help remove the stains on the way in which you respect yourself and the way in which others have not respected you, but in reflection to now you're respecting yourself a lot more. And so you're disintegrating the false parts of who you were and recognizing that I have the ability to take this risk, whether entrepreneurial or otherwise. Whatever it is, it feels entrepreneurial. Even if you're
right,
whatever the risk is, it feels entrepreneurial. It's like, look, I got this ability, I got this talent, I got this creative expression that I'm actually really blessed and ready. I feel like the pressure of this moon in Scorpio is bringing you alive. Like you see my eyes, like I feel it. I'm alive right now. So Cancer, I felt the clap in the beginning. All right, this is a beautiful time for you. And Cancer, I want to say, if you need some extra support in this process, go ahead, check out any one of the readings. You could do a cleansing and a healing on my website, Angelic Reiki. You also could do the astrology readings. It's going to be up there, 67% off. I want to say, I love you, Cancer. We'll see you soon. It ends in 2 days. If you made it to the end of this, Cancer, drop a crab or the Cancer emoji. If you watch it on replay, I want to say, mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you for catching us on this replay. We'll see you soon.
So Leo.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang. Yeah, we have for you the Eight of Wands. So it is a lot of movement. It could also involve a little bit of travel. It feels more like...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. It feels that it's more like locally. In some ways, it feels that this whole movement and all of these travels are mostly like inside of your mind. Literally going to different places, meditating, like taking you to the ultimate healing place, to the ultimate healing space. So this could be literally like taking an Akashic Record reading, like you yourself going to meditation and allow your mind to take you wherever it wants. To just allow yourself to astral travel in the dream realms. Like, this is what I'm feeling for you, Leo. I know that sometimes it is easier to just stay on the social part, on the external mask, on the extroverted part. But right now, this time is calling you to go play inside of yourself, like to literally discover other parts of your personality that maybe are hidden from even yourself, because you're trying to not put that part outside. Like the vulnerable part is deeply inside of you, like in the depths, like Scorpio. So this transit is actually calling you to shine light on those things, on precisely those feelings, on precisely those personalities, those shadows. And as he said earlier, just make friends with them. Just to understand that they are part of you and how to transform them if they're not like how you actually want to put yourself in the world. Just accept them how they are and find a way to externalize it in a healthy way.
Thanks. So Leo, I feel like this kind of comes back to the intuition and the psychic abilities hitting an advancement as you dive deep, and it's really happening again because of this emotional healing, right? So as you recognize your increased sensitivity right now is something of a gift to you. This is the lazy lion type energy, right? Where the lion only goes to eat and hunts when it's hungry, and if it ain't hungry, it ain't hungry, all right? There ain't no need for it. It seems like something. Yeah, thank you. If it, but what it does do is it makes sure that it takes care and it nurtures itself. So in the process, if you ever watch a cat, right, very closely linked to you, Leo, they spend a lot of time laying around. They spend a lot of time not talking to their owners, not talking to. They may talk a lot but they're able to do that because they really tended to their wounds. They tended to all the support that they do give to people, their owners, or the people they care and love for in the astral realms, in the Akashic Records, in the dream space. So if you ever look and you notice, like cats are highly attuned to the sensitive energies around them. They have so many abilities. They understand when somebody's walking up on them from far, far, far away. They understand when a spirit has entered their space, their internal world, and that when it doesn't belong, and the cat will go ahead, or the lion, like you, Leo, will go ahead and have that battle. But this is about having that battle in a more gentle way, right? This is having that battle in a way where it's like, look, if I just take this rest and I step back away from the light, I have a tremendous amount of gifts that are just waiting for me. And I've seen some Leos right now, and their psychic abilities are on an all-time new high. Like, I've been reading some of the posts from some Leos that I know, and I'm like, yo, like, dang, I'm going through that right now in this exact moment. And it's only happening because they're taking time away from the friends, taking time away from the groups, taking time away from the sunlight, okay? And realize that your day will come very soon. So Scorpio wants you to get very true with yourself and let go of the parts of that facade that don't match everything we just said. And Leo, I want to say, if you made it to the end of this, drop down the lion or the sunlight. Okay, letting us know that the sun will once shine again. All right, and also understanding we have this 67% off, Leo. So check this, all bookings. April 14th is going to end. So that's going to be something important for you to know. The keyword is going to be I am when you book. And if you made it here, drop the sun sign or the Leo or a lion in the chat. So Virgo.
Oh yeah, Virgo. Woo. Yeah, for you we have the Hierophant. I even messed up my timestamp. I don't know why I was so sure that we're gonna go to Scorpio. And anyways, Virgo, for you we have the Hierophant. So this is a figure that is deeply connected to the unknown. And I feel like it is your time to be deeply connected with the unknown. I know that as Virgo, sometimes it's difficult to rely on something that is not tangible, that is not here. So this could even mean like to go walk to the park, and as easy as realizing that the connection with the plants, the plant that you're touching is connected to a completely unknown space to you in another country. You know, like understanding that we're all part of the same. So it is looking for this godly part in everything while doing your day-to-day tasks. It is understanding that there is something else, is to trust in that power. So even if there's some things that you don't fully understand, like these connections that are happening to you, like these networkings, that these networks that you are on right now are like foggy to you, are confusing, just understand that it is all part of a plan. It is all gonna make sense later, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Just understanding that and keep going to that way.
Big facts. And really to like really feed off of what she just said, your angels are talking, but they're also talking very gently.
Yeah.
Okay, they're talking in a way where they're actually in the connections that you're making on a day-to-day basis. Whether you realize them or not, Virgo, you've been meeting people already, and they've been angels in disguise. They've been angels that are not always speaking their mind in a verbal manner, but sometimes through their body language, letting you know, hey, I'm here, I'm supporting you. And Scorpio on the full moon is really the kind of energy where this closing is heightening your ability to attune to the psychic realm, okay, to the astral meanings. When that bird sings, when you touch that plant and it connects you to a divine and angelic source of healing. Virgo, I'm getting a tremendous amount of healing for you, okay? And it's really starting because you're looking at and you're feeling more deeply into your experience that has led you this far. And you're understanding that, wow, this has given me so much strength. This has made me so powerful. And as you find yourself on this moon in Scorpio merging with that divine power within you, with that divine power in the symbolisms that you see outside of you in the day to day, this is partially going to be an outside reflecting your inside. Okay, so that's something I feel is very important to note, Virgo. And this is a beautiful time for you. Like, honestly, I'm just happy for you right now because you've been going through a lot, Virgo. You've been going through a tremendous amount of death, metaphysically, physically, mentally. And I do feel this is another mental death, especially with two air signs, third house, 11th house. This is the death of the mind. This is the death of the overthinking and realizing that the reason why you are receiving so many thoughts is because you are connected with God. All right. The reason you're receiving so many thoughts, that's a lot of weight to bear, and it's not yours to bear, Virgo. So if you accept that, all the ways in which you find you want to schedule your service to humanity, to the world, is God leading and actually taking away the thoughts that are no longer useful, the thoughts that had never been yours to bear, but rather for you to listen and to let it go and let it pass. Instead of trying to figure out how to solve a problem, understand that there was never a problem in the first place. They were always giving you solutions to just hear and apply when it mattered, but it won't matter in every second. It's going to matter when it does. So when you get it, let it go and understand that that solution will be there. All right, Virgo. So if you made it here, I want you to drop the Virgo in the chat. Understand we do have the eclipse flash sale happening. All right. It's going to be I am as the key word. So if you book, you have 2 more days for this, Virgo. And I want to say again, drop the Virgo down below or drop a star in the chat if you're catching this on replay to show us that you're here, to support the channel and the network, and help get this video out there for this full moon in Scorpio.
So for Libra, I got 2 cards. First is the Page of Cups. That was the first one that come here. Page of Cups in reverse, and it is about like this emotional naivety, like not being able to have this emotional intelligence, not knowing exactly how to express yourself, how to hold your feelings. And it is also coming by the Ace of Swords in reverse, which is about something that is keeping you from starting new thoughts process. And I feel like these two are deeply connected. I feel that once that you find a safe outlet and that you understand your feelings correctly, then this is when the new thoughts, the creativity, this spark of inspiration that you've been waiting is gonna come. Because as long as you keep going back to the same and the same and the same, but acting out of the past emotion, out of the past fear, acting out of the past trauma, is not going to allow you to just move forward into this new creation that you want to do, into this new path that you want to come through. I feel that this is something that you've been waiting for. Like Libra, it is frustrating for you to not understand what is going on, to not have this creativity that you're so used to, but understand that this is a confusion period. So it is understandable. It is how it is supposed to be. Don't fear it. Just understand that you're not supposed to focus on that right now. You're supposed to focus on the feeling of letting that go. And that is actually going to help you later to understand this new spark and to for all of these ideas to come to you. Like you're not seeking them, they're just going to come to you.
Yeah, Libra. A lot of what she's saying is actually getting you closer to meeting a grand success in your career. All right. From the foundational level, you're in the process of killing off some habits that have negatively impacted your poise, like your ability to just stand up for yourself and to be confident and to feel like I respect who I am, I respect who I'm becoming, I respect my art in a way that is not dependent on other people's appreciation. It's not dependent on other people's affection. And Libra, this is one of the things where, as you understand that, again, Venus is in Aries, so that is it's debilitation for you. It's not a it's a place that, in its negative, you'll depend on somebody nurturing you, like a mom nurturing a baby, or the mom nurturing its baby. But understand that you're an adult if you're watching this, meaning there's nothing wrong with receiving that nurturing. Okay, yet with Venus and Aries in your sign, it's saying, can you provide that nurturing to yourself? Can you respect yourself in this manner? Are you willing to mature and actually use your willpower to build that legacy, to achieve that success that is waiting for you at the other side of your fear, at the other side of what you think you lack? And recognize that that lack is a time to fill in with joy, to fill in with more fun, okay? And to also take your physical health right now very seriously and let that be one of the outlets that creates more joy, that creates more life, all right, that allows you to feel more vital energy. Libra, these are the things right now. If I promise you, take care of your physical body, and you be mindful of what you attract, because second house can be what we attract. Be a little more mindful, and if it's not supporting your future and your desire to break away from what seems to have a control over you, whether that is a habit, an addiction, or a pleasure, you will find yourself in a beautiful place. Now, because it's the moon in Scorpio and it's a full moon, it's about a closing. Yeah. So close out. All right. Close out what is not beneficial. And you're going to find yourself in a great place. You're going to find yourself feeling alive and ready to take a risk. So Libra, here's what I have for you. I want you to remember that we do have this. If you made it this far, we have the 67% off. Do take the moment. The keyword is I am. So that's a beautiful time for you, Libra, to say I am. If you made it and you're watching this on replay, I want to say drop the scales, saying that you're balancing out your heart and your mind now. All right? Drop the scales with a Libra symbol saying that I am balancing out my heart and my mind, and I'm bringing myself to a place of full respect. So what we got? 49, 41, got it.
Yeah.
So Libra, second house, 10th house. Oh, sorry. Nope, we're on
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Ooh.
yeah, the what the start of the show of the celestial show. So for you, I have the King of Pentacles. This one actually fell, so I'm not sure if it was upright or reversed, but I feel it more like upright. Ow. So Scorpio, for you, I'm just going through.
Yeah,
it.
right. Like, like, what's up? You want me to go first? You need a moment? Cause you in it right now.
Yeah, I know. Take it and let's see what this.
Yo, I feel like that has been a couple Scorpio forecasts lately, though. It's been like all these things happening in a distraction type manner, keeping the self from the self, keeping the self from being able to stay disciplined on, you know, the vision of where they're going. But go ahead, give me the rest. It's just a feeling. That's nothing logical.
Yeah, no. Like it makes sense that it doesn't make sense. Does that make sense? So we have here the King of Pentacles. I just want to take a moment to appreciate how cute this cat is, and it is about knowing how to budget for yourself. Like this could be a very draining era. Like Scorpio, as obsessive as it is, I feel like could still get super entangled in a fantasy, not realizing what is out there. And just remember, the King of Pentacles is a person that actually knows what he's doing. Oh, it was reversed. I feel it now. Yeah, the confusion passed. So the King of Pentacles knows how to budget. They know how to handle people. They know how to manage. After all, Scorpio is about like all of these budgeting with other people's money, with other people's relationship. Like it is about understanding to let go of this control. And if you do have something control, like do it kindly and make sure that you know what are your intentions behind it, and talk it over with other people. Like you might have very good intentions. Like I like to do this example of a mom with a kid. Like when they take away a food because they know that it is bad for the child, and it has like a good intention behind it. It is controlling in a way what they cannot control yet because they are a child. So it is to understand that if you do have this power, make sure that your intentions are pure. Where is it coming from? And to actually let know the other people, because we're not actually dealing with children. Like we're dealing with actual people in the flesh. So like this King of Pentacles, be wary of all of these steps. Understand that there's a lot of confusion that is going to be coming on your own plate, because this full moon is on top of all of us Scorpios, whether it is Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, or Scorpio sun. Like there is going to be a lot of confusion in our areas of life. And just again, make sure that the root is clear, make sure that the root is pure, and that is what is going to help you go forward with anything that you do.
Yeah, Scorp. So I'm kind of
Scorpio,
very Scorpio. So Scorp, I'm feeling it. I almost gotta just hit a little. Okay, Scorp, I had to just like loosen up the energy. Play some music, play some instruments, play something by yourself, something that you can do alone, right? So like, for example, I just play my little, I never know what the hell to call this thing, but I'm gonna call it my little xylophone. That's what I call it. And understand that what that's gonna actually do is gonna help to loosen up you yourself, loosen up your physical body, right? But in a way that you may not do on a regular basis, right? And if not that, something you do in the morning. So the irony is, I'm a Scorpio rising, right? And I've moved this recently close to my bed. And this used to sit on my altar. And I used to play on the altar, but I find that I'm playing it a lot more now that it's on my bed. And so this may seem completely unrelated to the King of Pentacles and managing other people's money and X, Y, and Z. But it's actually not. And it's also not just about managing their money. It's about managing power. And helping other people become more powerful in a way where you're being more individualistically you yourself. And so what I mean by that is I've had this, I moved it by my bed. And first house, Scorpio, is what you do when you rise. It's what you do when you wake up in the morning. And maybe like an hour or so after I wake up, I realized that I've been playing this And it's been showing me my mood. It's been showing me the path to optimism, the path to joy, the path through the sticky mud, okay, the path of the underworld, because I'm waking up and I'm having tremendously intense dreams as a Scorpio rising, and a lot of death has been happening. And I realized that even in my dreams last night, like I physically took one of my oppressors into my own hands and murdered this oppressor. And this is something internally within myself. Yeah. So it's not about somebody outside of me oppressing me, but ninth house, Scorpio, is about going deeper inside. It's about stepping further away from society. So if society says on Google that if you're suffocating someone in your dream, then you're suffocating your emotions, that's what society says. This is not the ninth house, Scorpio. Me stepping into my own understanding of what suffocating this is, I'm understanding, thumbs up, you see that I'm suffocating this oppressor within me that was an old emotion, okay, that was debilitating me from actually having more adventures out in the world. But it's an internal adventure first. And so whether you realize it or not, you doing new things when you rise, you physically exercising, but changing the modality of the work you do is going to make you feel more powerful. So do get some sunlight. I've been realizing that. I've been going on my roof every day getting sunlight, but I'm doing something different every day when I rise. Even though step one is wake up, go to the roof, get the sun. Sometimes that's yoga, taking care of my first house, my physical body. Sometimes that's writing, that's ninth house, publishing my internal world, but on paper. Today that was doing a workout with a water jug, which is like, how much do you think that thing weighs?
Oh, you use the seal thing?
Yeah, what is it? I don't even know.
Like 10 kilos?
10 kilos.
Like 20 pounds?
20 pounds. So just working out with water, 20 pounds is doing kettlebell swings, but with the water. All of this difference, I felt my legs grow in strength in a way that I haven't felt in a long time. My point is, ninth house is about variety, it's about switching. Okay, Mars in your sign, Pisces, is doing things but in a gentle and a nurturing way. This made me feel more powerful. So by me, myself, first house you see on screen, feeling more powerful, I'm going to make other people feel more powerful. They will feel that sense of confidence and courage that's been created to walk against the fears happening in your dream realm. Because again, Mars and Pisces is the spiritual warriors, the warrior of the dreams, the warriors of the Akashic, the warriors of demonic entities that you're ready to make friends with. All right, Scorpio? So understand that confusion, you'll work through it with physical activity. I promise you. All right. So Scorpio, with that said, we're going to move on to Sag, but I want to remind you to drop down the fire and the bird emoji in the chat if you made it this far. And then we have a 67% off happening. 2 more days that's going to end. So any and all readings on the website is $97 at the moment. 2 more days that ends. Drop the fire if you're watching this on replay, and the bird letting me know that you're the phoenix and you've risen once again. Full moon in Scorpio, baby. All right, what you got?
So for Sagittarius, I got the Queen of Cups. So if you like right on point, let me just this. Yeah, Sagittarius. So we have the Queen of Cups for you, and it is about being gentle with yourself, being gentle with your emotions, being gentle with everything that you're going through. Sagittarius is like the archetype of laughing through the pain. Mm-hmm. So this is calling to be gentle. Like don't broadcast your pain and make it a joke. Like literally go into yourself and understand what are you going through.
Pause that. Don't broadcast your pain and make it a joke, Sagittarius. Don't broadcast your pain and make it a joke, Sagittarius. Okay, go ahead. Woo! Love. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm back.
Hi Murphy.
What up, Murph?
So yeah, for Sagittarius, it's gonna be very important to be gentle, to journal, maybe to go deep into their own emotions instead of like or unless you have a close friend that you can talk to and understand your pain, your affliction, your traumas to that person, then that's okay. But I mean, with not being like don't broadcast it and don't make a joke about yourself is when you go into like a group of people, like a circle of friends, and just start like, oh yeah, my girlfriend broke up with me, ha ha ha, ha. Yeah, she had it kind of like you know that I was too good for her, and just like laughing about it like that instead of actually being like, hey, you know what,
Dealing with it.
I am hurt.
Yeah.
Like the truth is that is why I'm making a joke out of it, like, because I am hurt and I don't know how to process this.
Right.
Like, what do I do with myself? What do I do with this sadness? What do I do with this pain? And it's funny because I feel that Pisces would deal with it with just eating a bunch of unhealthy foods, like trying to fulfill that, and in a, like trying to fulfill the love in a different way. And Sagittarius, the way of eating is expressing the pain in a way where it's like it's non-existent to the outside world.
Right.
So right now it's about understanding and being trustful to yourself and with your own self. Like, you don't actually have to talk to anybody. Again, if you do have a friend to talk to in a truthful, honest way, then that's going to be beneficial, because you're going to be able to hear yourself.
Yeah.
And they're going to be actually able to give objective retro. But if not, like, just being with yourself, just journaling, just understanding and accepting the truth feelings, that is going to help you to get out of this so much easier and so much quicker.
Yeah, wow, that was heavy. So, in a beautiful way. First off, I want to shout out Murphy, one of our YouTube members here. So thank you for being a member on YouTube. We do appreciate you, Murphy. Shout out for being here. Going back to what she just said, the key with this is Mars in Pisces, okay? During this full moon in Scorpio, Sagittarius, you're dealing with this in mysterious ways, right? So that's step one, meaning with the 8th house being a ruler for you, have this laugh at your pain moment in private. And with somebody willing to be emotionally honest with you in a way that is actually very, very direct. Okay, Sagittarius, like, this is something that's going to be very beneficial for you. Your emotional resilience is actually second to few, right? Possibly none. When you have the moon in Sagittarius especially, right? Like, this moon ruling your 8th, you do know how to have very deep and just unbearable connections with the most intense of emotions. You know how to do this. And the only reason why you start laughing at your pain out loud is when you don't do that part. When you don't take the internal voyage and actually understand and have a deep grasp of the mysteries of your emotions and what they're trying to communicate with you. And so when you don't deal with this, what you'll find is you'll start hurting your physical body some way, somehow. And they'll manifest not by you trying to commit suicide. That's a possibility. Have somebody get help. If that comes down to it, reach out to me. If it comes down to it, send me an email today. If it comes down to it. But more what I mean is your body, you'll just like randomly cut yourself while like cutting an apple, and so, you'll randomly have, a cup drop on your foot, and when that happens, your physical body is in the process of trying to help you understand the mystery of your emotions, because if you cut your finger right here, this is the tip of Aries. So if you have a cut right here, it lets you know, okay, let me go look at the Aries part of my chart, and that is Mars and Pisces helping you take action towards the mystery of the emotions you're feeling. And it's like, oh, wow, okay, I have a Venus in Aries. Oh, man, I've been getting in relationships too quickly. And the reality is I'd rather take my time and be in a loyal commitment. And that's what that cut on your finger will tell you. So listen to your body in the ways in which it's communicating you, and understand that it is a grand mystery, but you have that third eye vision. So if you stop sourcing your pain outside of yourself through humor and laughter, and you start being able to laugh internally at, wow, I took this way more seriously and intense than what was necessary. And it's actually very beneficial for me to look at this and realize this is the exact map of what I require the most deepest and intimate forms of healing for permanent and karmic resolutions. And that is a marvelous thing, Sag. That's when you'll start to smile out in public next, a little later, in probably Leo season, in a way that's actually authentic and genuine, and that's going to become infectious. So Sagittarius, drop the arrow in the chat, okay? If you made it and you're watching this on replay, I want to say thank you for being here, Sagittarius. All right, drop the arrow, letting me know that you're aiming for something full of purpose. And do remember that we have the 67% off. You have 2 days left. You have 2 days left. The keyword is going to be I am. If you weren't on the email list, I'm only giving it out for this particular live. So all readings will be there. Now we have Capricorn and timestamp. What's up, beautiful? How you doing, Blue Lotus? Good to see you in the chat. All right, Kat, where we at?
So, Cal, for you, we have the Knight of Wands. So be wary of, it's in reverse. So be wary of any outbursts. Like, as I said, emotions are going to be high. Like we are in the middle of two eclipses. We're in eclipse limbo. We do have the full moon. We do have the Mercury retrograde. We do have the Mars in Pisces. And all of these things can simply like overwhelm anybody. And specifically in your case, I'm asking you to be wary of whenever you have a rage episode, because this is just showing you where you need to put your boundaries. This is just showing you where you need to be more truthful to yourself. But also, I am inviting you to do not just take this rage blindly. Don't go about just screaming to people or like screaming matches with somebody else. I feel like it is a lot of it is going to happen to you with a lot of people that are not necessarily your inner circle, just more like acquaintances or people that you don't know that well, and they will just be triggering you. And this is where the rage is coming from. But the true benefits that you're going to get from this full moon are to shine light on why are those triggers happening. Like literally take the time to sit back, meditate, and understand, okay, why does it make me so angry? And understand where it comes from, because it might not be because of these specific person's actions. It could be linked to something that's going like from childhood, that is going from past life trauma, and this is gonna just shine light on what it is, and you are actually gonna be able to heal it. But it is only if you actually pay attention to where the trigger is coming from, instead of just treating it superficially and just like, okay, you're screaming at me, I scream at you back.
Yeah, Cap, and where that really comes from and results from, Capricorn, is a couple simple things. One, Saturn is in Pisces right now, so this is who's really ruling you, and Mars, where you exalt, is in Pisces right now, and so understand that all the ways in which you restricted your guidance, okay, from the psychic realms, it has hit a point where those boundaries of blocking your support, actually not taking advantage of beautiful opportunities that's been laid out pretty simply for you, this is where the true anger is coming from. The anger is actually not at anyone in particular, rather than a reflection of the anger you have within yourself, or even just the emotions in general that you're experiencing within yourself that you haven't fully been able to admit, okay, with a certain sense of emotional honesty. Because let's be honest, this is not one of your greatest strengths, to understand your own emotions, even though you can be tremendously empathetic with other people. Understand that being empathetic with other people without understanding deeply how to rewire your own emotional responses and reactions means that you can't really support and help them in a way, or actually create a more peaceful and harmonic frequency in humanity without doing the inner work within your own internal world and using your natural wisdom to go ahead and set the boundaries up in the ways in which your angelic support and your fabled creatures and your ancestors have guided you to do. They've been speaking to you. Full moon in Scorpio is going to give them you're going to get a very clear closure And it's the kind of thing where you don't really want your cosmic guidance to close off. You don't want it to just go silent because you're not listening. And so Scorpio Full Moon will close that. Okay, it will force you, if you don't start to listen, to miss them, for them to be absent until you're ready again. That is something that can happen. And what will then go down is everything she said, you'll start finding that and being angry or upset and sad and depressed and thinking that it's other people responsible when it's you not listening to your guides, because they have been talking, they're loud, they're clear, and they love you so much. And they actually are in a process where they want to hug and embrace you by helping you surrender the titles, okay, that are not allowing you to use your wealth, if not necessarily financial, your wealth of wisdom, your wealth of knowledge, your wealth of psychic ability to help and support somebody who is significant, or a few people in groups of people who are significantly impacting your life, Kat. So if you're really the GOAT, okay, go ahead and be the GOAT. Drop the GOAT down in the chat if you resonated with this message. If you're watching this on replay, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping that GOAT. You're helping to support the channel. And if you need some support when it comes to healing, Angelic Reiki is one I recommend for you, because, again, I feel like they're talking to you, Kat. Otherwise, you can go get any reading that's on my website. It's pinned in the chat on my YouTube. 67% off all bookings. The keyword, only because you're here on this live, is I am. If you're not on the email list, get on it. But because you're here, is I am. Drop the GOAT. I want to say thank you. I'll see you soon.
So, Aquarius, for you, I have like literally an earthquake shaking your whole world, or what seems to be your whole world. For you, the card that appeared is the Tower. So it is about destroying completely everything in order to build it up again from the foundation. So what are these beliefs? What are these values that you find out that need to be rediscovered, that need to be redesigned, that need to be restructured? And I feel like this is more in your humanitarian work, in your working space, like how you relate to other people outside of your house, literally. So the foundation is going to be in this other image. It's not going to be so much within yourself, like within your house or within your family. I feel like maybe that's where it is coming from, the view, and then you have to make it match in the outside world. So whatever it is that you've been lying to yourself or lying to others about this image of yourself, it is time to, again, Scorpio Full Moon, so shine light on that and destroy it, because that has to come to a close. That is gonna open you so many more opportunities. Like maybe you are, I don't know, this feels so over the top, but well, maybe you're a vegetarian working in a butcher shop. So it is time to be truthful to what you actually believe in. Like, if I am a vegetarian, I'm not gonna be working in a butcher shop anymore. Like, this is just the time to stop, to understand what is these things, these values, these beliefs that you've been untruthful to, and to transform it into what you actually are. Believe me, it might not seem like that at this moment, but a lot of more opportunities, alliance opportunities, are gonna come to you just as soon as you are true to yourself.
Yeah. It's about integrity, Aquarius. And you naturally are a sign that wants to live in integrity. So don't be afraid of who you're going to disappoint. If you go ahead and make this closure happen, especially if you know it's pure to yourself and who you are and who you're becoming. This is something where you're stepping and building into your future being, your future image, your future identity. And it's going to require you to go ahead and mature through the process of respecting your outlook, your personal outlook on how the world should be, how you want it to manifest, how you would like to work in it, and how you would like to do so intimately connected to the truth and the pure light of who you are and who you're becoming. That is just like, it keeps happening like on repeat for me, who you are and who you're becoming. Okay, Aquarius, like, I feel like there's not even a tremendous amount that you need to hear much more than what she just said. It's just a kind of energy where you're ready. All right. And ready or not, like this is an energy that's going to start to kind of break you down a little bit. So what I would recommend is to do things that take care of your physical body, like especially your spine and your knees. I'm feeling planks, all right, as a stationary, and I'm also feeling just some basic squats and lunges. Something very light, something very agile, and creating a little more mobility in the more stuck parts. Because Saturn, your ruler, is in Pisces, and this is a very fluid sign. So one of the best things I'm getting right now, if you have a pool and you can swim some laps, swim some laps.
Invite us.
What's that?
If you have a pool, invite us.
Invite us. Bring us. All right. If you have an ocean, do some laps in the ocean. Just swim, freestyle. Because what? Pisces is free. It's a very liberating energy, helping you to heal the image that you actually want to align with and work towards, as well as kind of getting rid of some of the negative thoughts that are not supportive. This is that sixth house element, all right, where it'll help you. Water is the thing I keep getting for you over and over and over, where it'll help your nervous system to not only calm, but to feel more peaceful and serene, so that you can use that water to amplify your message, to amplify your truth, to amplify, and that's a lot of the message, your psychic abilities and your ability to discern the sensitive energies around you. All right, this is an earth sign. Okay, so bring in this stuff to physical reality. All right, stop wasting time, stop wasting your mind, and mastermind in action with forward movement and direction. If you made it this far, Aquarius, I'm going to just drop a little water bearer emoji where you pour water, or you have the little bucket, or just drop water. Okay, if you made it to the end of this, let me know that you're going to find a source of water, a lake, a river, more showers, and some intentional magic with the water in the shower. And I do want to remind you off the rip that we have this 67% off. All right, 2 days we end, and we'll be over. The keyword is going to be I am, and in 2 days it's going to be over. All right, so you'll miss that discount. If you're looking to get in charge of reading, it's a great time to do it. 67% off. And now we have Pisces.
Pisces. So, hey, to my fellow Pisces. Well, first, I got a card that is not even a tarot card, but it's special from this Catitude Tarot, is called. And the card is Attention. But then the card that I actually pulled is the Two of Swords. And I think it is funny because I was just thinking, like, what would be the message if I were just to take this card? It doesn't even have like a description of what it is for or anything. It just comes here and it's like, yeah, I'm a card. I'm an extra card. And then when I see the Two of Swords, like balancing, like literally taking time to balance two ideas, two opposing ideas usually. So it is a lot of time for meditation. And I feel like the attention comes from like, what is calling for you to take attention on? Like, are you putting too much attention on other people when you should be putting attention on yourself? Are you putting too much attention on the outside when you should be putting attention in the inside? I feel that this is a time for renewal. Like the Scorpio Full Moon is actually going to help us very gently. Like it is a trine after all. It is going to help us to navigate through these waters. Like we do go with the flow, but this is a time to understand that how much with the flow we actually want to go, to understand where are our bases, like just not go with the flow because it is the easy path, to understand what is what we really want and what we really need to do for ourselves.
Yeah, Pisces, do for yourself. That's the moon ruling that fifth house. Okay, so full moon in Scorpio, getting ready to close out and shine the brightest light again on that willpower. Okay, on that creative force that you have within you, ready to publish something beautiful. And the key thing is, beauty right now for you, Pisces, is going to be defined by what only you can create. What is deeply connected and aligned with your soul's expression. Something that people will appreciate because they feel you have become the guru of this publish, of this channel. And you've always been one of the most divine signs. Like, I mean, that's the most obvious thing, right? So Pisces, you have Mars taking action right now, cutting away and through different financial difficulties. as well as beliefs that were given to you about how you should view spirituality. This is a time where Scorpio is like, can you break that, destroy that, rip it apart, tear it down, transform it in these karmic fires? Because ninth house and fifth house, this is fire, fire, baby. And so this is a time of renewal. This is a time of rebirth. This is a time of action. All right, Pisces? And being clear with the full moon in Scorpio, illuminating the actions to take next, illuminating the direction to go, illuminating the focus to pinpoint. And you'll look, and again, ninth house is always, I have one arrow, I have one shot. Where am I going? What am I hitting? And most importantly, have I meditated to understand why I want to hit that thing? Why do I feel this will make me feel the most respected in my space? I only need to be respected for me. If I can do that, whoever else respects outside of me, that's just a bonus. That's just a cherry on top. That's just extra love that I'm going to appreciate. I'm going to adore it. But I have to love my direction, my purpose, my reasoning, and the deeply in tune why in this moment. As I do that, I'm unstoppable. The indomitable spirit that I was born with as a Pisces is active. It's ready and is resilient. Allow me to use that inner wisdom. So Pisces, this is a freaking phenomenal time. I mean, go you. You freaking musician. You majestic, divine unicorn living on earth. All right, Pisces, that was just so beautiful. Like, yeah, you tapped me out, I'm tapping back in. If you made it this far, Pisces, I want you to drop the Pisces symbol, but I don't want to say the fish because the fish was running away from their problems. So forget the fish. I want you to drop a unicorn because you're a magical creature. So if you made it and you're watching this on replay, drop a unicorn in the chat. Let us know you made it to the end of this video. And do remember, Pisces, that we have this going on. Okay, 67% off. It's ending in 2 days. 2 days. Let me show you my fingers. 2 days. It's ending in 2 days. So if you book within this next 2 days, understand that you can do your session a month later. But the window to get the price at $97, aka 67% off, is closing. But I already had people book on the 16th, on the 18th. So it's up to you to book when you want. But the 14th, 2 days, it's over. So do go ahead and drop that. All right. Do you have a closing message for us that you want to share? How you feeling?
I feel like everyone just be gentle with yourself. Like this is a confusing time. Just try to be compassionate. Even
mermaid. That's another.
Oh
good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's another good one. That's another good one.
Yeah, that's a cool one. So what I was saying. Oh, be compassionate with yourself and also with others. Like do understand that just because we didn't live the same trauma that the other person has, it doesn't mean that we can invalidate or disregard their feelings. So just be compassionate. Try to be empathetic and also know your boundaries. Like if you feel like you don't have the energy to help somebody else because it's gonna deplete yourself, honestly be honest and truthful to that, because it's not that you're being mean. Like I understand, and as a Pisces it's very hard to do because I'm like, I know that the other person's suffering, so I don't care if I die of exhaustion, but I'm gonna give everything that I have in order for them to be happy. Like this is literally not the time to do so. It's the time to do the exact opposite because we already have energy depletion from the retrograde, from the eclipses, from the from the full moon, yeah, from everything. Yeah, so this is the time to take care of ourselves. Just be compassionate, just be empathetic. But if you know that it's gonna take too much of yourself, just don't do it.
Facts, and I'm telling you, I've seen that for myself. And I told y'all when I had my Aries forecast that it was like, it's a time where, honestly, I was going through some difficult past body, and that's the key that I want to say, past body emotions that I didn't process from a decade ago, literally from a decade ago. And it's like, it's hard to rationalize that is actually happening current in the moment now, right? And so don't look for rational solutions. Feel into the nonlinear blessings that you have to heal. Mercury is revamping and going back past Chiron, and we did that video. That forecast is already out there, so you can go check that out. All right, and check your zodiac sign, the timestamps, everything on what are you healing. What's the main gift that you have to give and supply the world because you're doing that healing. And like she said earlier, the healing that you do now is actually going to become your biggest blessing. It's something waiting for you to decide underneath the surface. So full moons, they don't just take things and destroy things. They give you beautiful blessings as well. So Hades Bruja, this is our account. Check out the flash sale. The code word is I am. Okay. The 14th is going to end. So do keep that in mind. It's the 14th. You see it in the chat. We'll see you all soon. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button. All right.
Thank you.
Woo!